Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual pricing for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 69-year-old female. Now, first thing we recommend is going directly to our website, and we've got these free quoters on every page at funeralfunds.com. And all you need to do is just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, put your birthday info in there, and the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you the best insurance companies that have the best rates based off your age, gender, and the state that you live on. Take full advantage of that. It's a wonderful way to compare all the different insurance companies' pricing. You can also call us at 888-862-9456, and one of our agents can help you over the phone. Now, we always recommend for a 69-year-old female looking for $5,000 just to really consider, is that $5,000 going to be appropriate for her final expense needs? Now, final expense would typically be either a cremation or a burial. So let's kind of take a look at those. Let's start with cremation first. There's two options. The first option is where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Very simple. That's going to be between $1,000 to $2,000 on average. And then the second option is going to be if you have the cremation, but you have some sort of service with it, maybe a remembrance of life ceremony or celebration of life ceremony. And that's typically going to be $3,500 to $4,500, somewhere in there, depending what part of the country you live in. But for that first option where you're cremated and you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would typically help people with around $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. And you might be going, well, Randy, you said the cremation's $2,000. Why are we looking at $5,000? Well, the reason is this thing called inflation, right? And we know our 69-year-old female probably wants to make it to 79, maybe even 89, maybe more, right? And we know that things do get more expensive over time. So we actually get a little bit more coverage than we need right now. And that locks in our current rate at our youngest age, but it also inflation proofs our plans so that years down the road, our family members don't have to pay out any money when we do pass away. And then also in the short term, if you do pass away, there's going to be extra money left over if you pass away sooner than anybody expected. And if that's the case, then there's a little extra money left over for some other things, like maybe credit card bills or medical bills or something like that, that if you'd been given the gift of time, you would have paid those off, but your life was cut short. So it's really terrific. It protects not only long-term, but also short-term as well. Now for the cremation where you have the service, we would typically help people with $7,000, maybe to $10,000 or so. And again, same concept. We're inflation proofing the plan, but providing extra funds up, towards the beginning, just in case something tragic did happen sooner than anybody thought. Now, for a burial, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. And if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States with a $10,000 check, they will help you get things done. Just be assured it's not going to be anything fancy. That's going to be kind of bare bones. But if they wouldn't help you out, you can always just walk out the door, walk 2 blocks down the road to one of their competitors, and chances are they will help you out with that. But just keep in mind, $10,000 is just kind of the cost what it is today. It's not inflation proofed at all. And, if you do live longer, it's not going to be enough. But if you're on a fixed or limited income and that's all you can afford, get that done right now, because that will take care of your most immediate needs. And we can always help you add more coverage later. Now, I know this video is about looking for $5,000, and we know that, if you're looking for a burial, that's not going to be enough. Why would people look for $5,000? Well, maybe they had a $5,000 or a $7,000 or a $10,000 policy before, and that was enough when they got the policy, but now they've been blessed to live a long time, and it's not enough anymore. That's when they might add another $5,000, and we can certainly help you add coverage to an existing policy. Now, sometimes people will say, hey, I want to get my final expenses done and leave some money behind for my kids. And they'll say, I want 30, 40, 50,000. So let's say it's 50,000. We get them pricing on it because they're on a fixed or limited income, probably Social Security or disability. It's a little bit much for their budget. So sometimes people will go, well, if I can't do everything I want, I'm not going to do anything at all. And we have to caution people against that, because if you don't take care of your final expenses, your kids are going to have to pay for it. They're probably going to have to put it on credit cards, paying 26% interest. And that's exactly what you came to us in the first place to help avoid. And just because you can't get everything you wanted for the price you want, that's not the insurance company's fault. That's your fault because you waited until you were 69 years old. You could have gotten this earlier. So what we typically recommend is just getting the final expense insurance right now, whether burial or cremation. And then we can always, at some point in the future, if you want to, help you get that extra coverage for the kids and just do that under a separate policy. And that just works terrific for so many people. But by the same token, if you're financially, it's not as much of an issue, we can help you get everything taken care of in one policy as well. So we've got a lot of flexibility to help everyone out with that. Now, one thing we always recommend is first day coverage or benefits. We do not recommend 2-year waiting period plans, and I'll get to that in a moment. But what first day coverage means is, hypothetically, if your plan were issued and approved today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to write out that check for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, whatever it is. That's going to be the best coverage at the lowest pricing. So that is always desirable. Now, some people would say, well, Randy, you're right. I do want that first day coverage, but I'm not in the best condition medically. And I know they ask health questions and I'm worried I may not qualify. To which we say, hey, that's our problem, not your problem, at least from an insurance standpoint. And what I mean by that is we work with a whole bunch of different insurance companies and they all ask different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And really 95% of the time we're getting people covered with first day coverage or benefits. So we're terrific at what we do. Really the only reason we wouldn't be able to get you first day coverage is if you waited too long and you had some really significant health issues, like maybe you had a terminal illness and you're going to live less than 12 months, or you had dementia, or you're on dialysis or in a hospital or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we would typically recommend you to and refer you to a different insurance company. One thing that also seems to happen on a weekly basis is somebody will call us up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week. They didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. Now their body's at the funeral home. The funeral home director won't do anything till he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get paid by the insurance company to pay the funeral home director. We have to let them know that there is no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer insurance on a dead person, right? You have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's tragic that they had a family member pass away, but it's doubly tragic that they didn't have insurance. They knew they were going to die someday. They'd probably thought about getting this insurance, and they just put it off until one day they just went and died. Now their family members are going to have to pay this off, and chances are they're going to have to put it on credit cards and pay 26% interest, and it's going to take them years and years to pay this off. So what a terrible legacy to leave behind for your family. You could have done everything else right in life, and you messed up this one last thing, and now your family members are just going to take years to have to pay this off on their credit cards. So don't be that person. Don't be so selfish. This insurance is affordable. Just get what you can afford. If you need to, we can always add more coverage later. Now, one thing we don't recommend is those plans with 2-year waiting periods. And, Colonial Penn is a good example with their $9.95 plan. It is, you may not have realized that, but it is a 2-year waiting period, and we don't recommend that at all. So what that 2-year waiting period means is if you die of any health or medical reason in the next 2 years, it's not going to pay out any insurance death benefit. And they're not the only company out there. They're probably just most well known because of their TV commercials. Seems like those TV commercials play every 7 minutes on the television, right? But there's other companies out there too. Mutual of Omaha, the United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber, so many other different insurance companies. And a lot of these companies have done a really great job of convincing the American public that if you're over age 50, the only thing you're going to qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we always say, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Yeah, so don't believe such nonsense. So, our 69-year-old female probably just got done watching one of those Colonial Penn commercials and thinking, oh my gosh, they are so slickly produced. I'm going to get so much coverage at age 69. I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. And then she calls Colonial Penn and talks with an agent, or, gets on their website and looks at the pricing like we're doing here and finds out that for a 69-year-old female, $9.95, one unit, $9.95, is only going to buy $1,057. That is Man, there may be a few limited places in the whole United States that will do a cremation for 1,057. But oh my gosh, not many. So why would you ever get a plan just based off pricing alone that's not going to cover your needs? And if you want a burial, what's $1,000 going to do? It's not going to do anything. Thank God it's 1,057. That $57 is going to save you, right? So, there's some people out there that would say that these companies that offer these teaser rates that are kind of meant to tease you and get your interest and get you to send your info in. Some would say that they offer these not because they want to sell you a measly amount of coverage. They sell these because your information's valuable and they can put you in their marketing funnel. And then when they get you on the phone, they'll be happy to show you a low rate with low coverage. And then they'll try to upsell you into a plan that it costs a lot more money and is much more profitable to them. Now, we would never say Colonial Penn would do anything like that, but some people are fairly convinced of that. And I guess you make your own determination based off the fact that $9.95 is going to only buy around $1,000 worth of insurance. Yikes. So let's take a look. 5 units, I think, should get us close to 5,000. It's not going to be 5,000 on the nose. I know that because they sell it by unit, not by coverage amount. So I'll always end up with these wackadoodle numbers like 5,285. But yeah, so $5,285 is going to cost $49. That's how they upsell you, right? And let's do this. Let's see what first day coverage would be for a 69-year-old female. Here we go. Let's take a look. So we've got $5,000 female, age 69 right here. We're going to click the get quote. And let's go back and look at this again. Again, this is going to be roughly $50 for roughly $5,000. And we look at here. And we've got, let me show you again here, $5,000. So this is going to be roughly $25. And this is fairly normal. We see this pretty much most of the time, that Colonial Penn is right at or near 200% more expensive than our first day insurance companies. And, which of these companies here would it be? Well, it just depends, because maybe you've got some health conditions that you won't qualify for, Mutual or Lumico, but Trinity you will. So don't get so hung up on the price. It's because it's what you qualify for that's important. This company is typically a really good safe bet, and flexible underwriting. We typically find that they beat the pants out of like Lumico or Mutual of Omaha. But it's just kind of knowing what plans are out there. But if you think about it, so Colonial Penn's going to be about $25 more expensive than these other companies out here. So let's do the math on that. So if it's $25 a month more, and you're going to have to overpay that $25 for the rest of your life, by the way. But let's say $25 a month times 12 months, it's going to be an extra, you're going to overpay $300 a year. And if our 69-year-old female lives to age 79, you're going to overpay during that 10-year period roughly around $3,000. So tell me this, is $3,000 better off in your bank account, or is it better off you giving that to an insurance company to put it in their bank account, right? So we recommend you keep this money in your own bank account, save it. You can have more fun with this than giving it to an insurance company. We don't recommend that at all. But yeah, so, and this is level coverage here. So that's first day coverage. So you got to be a smart consumer out there and a smart insurance shopper. And if you're not, that's A-okay. We can help you. We can help you be that smart insurance shopper out there. That's what we do. But yeah, I'll just reach out to us. We can help you with whatever company that's going to be best for you to get you the best pricing. Let's look at some other companies here. You'll be able to see all these different insurance companies. Maybe find one more here. Oh yeah, here's Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess. Look at that pricing though. Yikes, 26, roughly $12 more a month. And level coverage is first day coverage, but it's $12 more a month. Why is it so high? Well, they've got a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2-3 different funeral homes to get the best and lowest pricing. And they'll supposedly do some other things too, but they don't do that for free. They charge for that. It's going to be $12 a month more. And you might go, well, $12, that's not that big a deal. What adds up, right? $12 a month times 10 times 1 year, 12 months. So $12 times 12 months, $144 more a year. If our 69-year-old lives to 79, you're going to end up overpaying right around $14,400 more. roundabout. So tell me this. Is it worth overpaying an insurance company around $14,400 just to call 2 or 3 funeral homes and maybe do a couple other things that only takes an hour or so to do? Some people would say that's an amazing paycheck for the insurance company, but yeah, we'd rather see you keep that money in your own pocket. Tell me this, if you were walking down the street on the sidewalk and you pulled out your wallet and you had $1,400, would you just throw that on the sidewalk and walk away and let people pick that up and keep that money? Probably not, right? Why would you do that to an insurance company? So let us help you get the lowest pricing. And even if you want that kind of aftercare support, supposedly, we actually have a funeral and estate planning guide that we provide free of charge. You just download that off our website, print it out, and then once it's printed out, you fill it out. You write down who gets what goes where, what you want done after you're gone, and then you keep that with your insurance policy. And then when you do pass away, all those documents are in one place, and your family will know that you actually protected them financially with the insurance, but also protected them emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. And all they'll need to do is open up that funeral and estate planning guide and start reading and just follow exactly what you had written down, and you'll have provided money to help with everything. And they'll know that you not only loved and protected them in life, but you actually loved and protected them that one last time in death, exactly when they would need you the most when you weren't here, but you took care of them well in advance. What a wonderful gift of love. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind. If you want to leave a legacy like that, visit us at funeralfunds.com. We've actually got a special quote for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube, where you can view the best insurance companies at the best rates with the most discounts. Take full advantage of that. It's going to help you be such a more informed shopper. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you out with any questions you have. But if you've got an existing policy and you want to see if you can save money or you want to add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for a brand new policy or just have questions on what you might qualify for or what might be best for your situation, we can help you out with that. But we look forward to helping you get the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. It will be our blessing and distinct honor to help you with this at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.